Hey everybody, I'm back and I've got some pretty big things to show you and some advancements and a deeper understanding of what I'm even working with. So first of all, we have the database, we have the admin page, we can see the data has been ingested into the database. So now let's present it, which is known as a view in Django. And let's take a look at these views and let's take a look at how this all works and how it's put together. So I'm going to go with no video here and go full screen today. Let me make sure my sandbox is still up. It is. And so let me quickly show you here. We're going to have URLs, right? And what's really neat is these are dynamic URLs driven by templates. Kind of like our Jinja 2 templates, and we'll see a template in a minute. But we have our path to our admin URL. Well, the Getting Started guide talks about using year and year, month, day to make different views. And you can see I have .year archive, .month, and .day archive. And this will literally turn and transform our URL into a dynamic SQL query. It's pretty cool stuff. So now in my views, I'm importing my show version, and here's my year, month, day archives. And what we do is we pass in the request and the year. We filter based on timestamp, and you're wondering, where does this timestamp come from? It actually comes from our model here, timestamp. And if we look at the Python, the PyETS job, timestamp is also here at the end. Timestamp, which is date now. Well, we can use Python to get into underscore year, month, and day, create a filtered result list from that filter, and then create our HTML page. So now let's look at the HTML. Now you see I have a templates folder, and then let's look at the year archive. So this extends base HTML, and you can see the logic. It looks just like a Jinja 2 template. And I say block title, show version results for the year. And then I bring in the table, which I've brought over from Merlin. Now, the base HTML looks like this, and we can actually load static content in. And I'm using static content to load in a style sheet and a logo in a static folder here. And really, that's all that I had to do. And let's turn on the server and take a look at what this looks like. So the server's already running. Let me cancel it and turn it back on again. And we just say, let me clear the screen. We just say Python manage.py run server. So now the server's up and running, and let's take a look at the server. And it's localhost 8000. Well, it gives you an error. I don't have a home page set up yet. I should set up an index.html, which I will do. But you can see we can get into /admin and get into our admin panel and see our show version data here. Or we can go to our new URLs, which are dynamic. So let me go to show version /show version 2021. And hey, look, there's the results. And I have 3 entries when they were captured, and they were all captured this year. I can go a layer deeper and say 08, and these are the results for August. Now what about last month? Well, there's nothing for last month, right? So let's go back to 08/30. Now I have to wait till midnight for this to roll over for me to confirm that the queries are working, but I'll run this tomorrow, and then 30, there'll be 3 or 4 results, and 31, there'll be the new results. Now what I think is really neat is this is a REST API that's answering and listening, and it's ready to go. So let me change and run the job, the PyETS job, and show you how incredible this really is. Whoops. Oh, yeah, it's a new virtual environment. Give me 1 second. I have to set up a virtual environment here. Here we go. Hang on. Let me run that again. Apologies. So now we're going to run the PyTS job, and this is only going to take a second. It parses the show version command and passes that JavaScript along into the database. Now I can hit refresh. Bang. New results captured today. Isn't that incredible? So, what's next? Well, I have a whole library, 30 or 50 commands I want to change into this new system right away. The other thing is I want to try something like, and this was something I might do tonight, is set up a filter on iOS. So if it's NXOS, I can type in show version /NXOS, and that'll be on my Nexus show versions. And then maybe add the iOS and have only the iOS versions, which I can do. I'll have to spin up a separate sandbox and run the show version, run it against an iOS XE device and see if that filter works. Anyway, I'm going to be sharing a lot more about this as I transform Merlin, as I unchain Merlin with Django. Thank you again. Stay safe.